Now, a mosque leader from the English city of Bradford has launched legal action against the Department for Health and Social Care over lockdown restrictions on Friday prayers. Tabassum Hussain argues the restrictions are unlawful as they prohibit an obligatory aspect of Islam, so breach the human right to practice religion. This weekend is the celebration of Eid, which marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan, and Muslims usually go to the mosque. But under current rules, mass gatherings are banned and places of worship must remain closed to stop the spread of the virus. And the Department for Health and Social Care says these restrictions are justified and proportionate by the need to protect life and public health. Well, for more on this, I'm now joined by barrister Kirsty Brimelow, who's representing the mosque leader. Kirsty, thank you for joining us. The measures were introduced to protect people from the virus, and therefore they make perfect sense, don't they?
Well, that is the question as to do they make perfect sense? And as you've outlined, the right to manifest your religion is a right that's qualified, which means it can be restricted. So the state, the government can interfere with your right to worship if there is a legitimate aim to it and it's enshrined in law. Here, the legitimate aim is to prevent the spread of the virus. However, the interference with your right has to be the least interference that is achievable. Now, here, the proposal from Mr. Hussain with the mosque was very limited in order to take into account the public health safeguards that people follow. And so the proposal was only for the Jummah prayer, which is the minimum obligatory prayer in Islam, followed by the Sunni Muslims, and that there be appropriate safeguards as is set out in guidance, but such as face masks and hand sanitizers, and a limited number of people, a maximum of 50. This is a mosque that actually has got a capacity for about 4,000. So, and also there would be social distancing within that mosque and no difficulty. And in fact, Mr. Hussain was prepared to actually give an undertaking to the court that these safeguards would be enforced. So, in fact, he was going much further than we as a society are required to do, because we only have to follow guidance on social distancing. So, for example, this weekend, the government law here in England will allow households to go to parks, and to go to beaches and to have picnics. And they are those households are meant to stay 2 meters apart from each other, but there's no actual legal obligation to do so.
Okay, Kirsty, can I just...
We say, and I ask you to say with us, lift up your voices in this great meeting in the heart of England, and to all the world a message: England lives and marches on.